Alright, I've been buying a bunch of hats lately, and I've been hanging them on this hook. They keep falling off and hitting the ground. If one more hat falls off and hits the ground, I'm going to lose my mind, so I'm going to make some kind of rack for that. I'm thinking I can just put them right above here. Like, that's kind of wasted space up there. Like, nothing is ever going to go there. So I can just hang them all right up there. I feel like that would look good. Alright, so I hopped in SolidWorks and just drafted up kind of what I feel like a hat hook should look like. So I'm going to print out a bunch of these. So when you're setting up a 3D print, how you place the part on the build plate kind of matters. This is how it imported. If I was to print it like this, you'd have to do infill material all right here. And that would just waste material, so I'm going to turn this on its side instead. And that'll make it quicker to print and actually stronger too, because you got to remember the layer lines like go horizontal to the part, and like anything bending, you don't want any layer lines in there. This red on the part shows where there'll be fill material, and that means there's more than a 45-degree slope. So like that's the max it can print on without support. So like right here there'll be material from the bed all the way up. You don't want that. See, now all the red is gone, except for in those holes, which is fine. But on the actual part, there's no red, so there should be no support now in this print. Slicer is this cool feature where you can click on and say multiply selected model, and I want 9 of them. And you hit OK, and it automatically kind of fills it in. 16 hours to print. Nice, those printed well. There's something really satisfying about a batch print like this. You pretty much just dream up the part, put it on the printer, hit go to bed, wake up, and you have 8 identical perfect parts. I'm in Home Depot looking for hooks, and this is the cheapest I've found. Is $10 for 5 hooks. Well, I need 2 of those, it's $20. I mean, I printed my hooks for free, so I'm gonna keep looking, but not looking good for cheap stuff. Got a hat here. Pretty much the dimensions are 8 inches this way, 12 inches that way, and you can do the math out on paper, but a lot of times if you know how to use CAD, it's just easier to like kind of visualize certain things. Like just drawing this in CAD makes this so much easier to try to figure out how long my piece is going to be. So got 8 inches, 12 inches, and then we want to do 8 of them. Then this dimension here is the width of my hat plus an inch, because I want an inch in between them. So now I have all my hats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I want to have a 1-inch reveal on each side. So 1 there, 1 there. And any measurement that you want on this mocked up template, essentially, you can just measure. So that's the total length of my board, my baseboard, is 73 inches with 8-inch hats with a 1-inch gap in between, and I think I bought an 84-inch board, so I might actually even increase that gap to be like 2 inches, make a little bit more room in between. But that's I like doing stuff in CAD because it's easy to see it before you actually do it. Alright, so I just quickly redid the spacing with 2 inches in between each hat. That comes out to 82 inches, and the backboard that I bought is 84 inches, so that's what we're going to go with. I got to trim it 2 inches. Another cool thing about using CAD is you can like pre-dimension all your spots that got to get marked out. So like I want to drill center holes for all my hooks. This drawing already has all that data in it, so you just measure everything out and it's already done. So now I got to make marks at 6, 16, 26, so on. There's no checking and there's no chance to mess up. Like sure, you could do this with mental math or a tape measure while you're actually doing it, but it's so easy to just get slightly confused and be like, oh, I need to measure 6 from the edge of my first hat. Like no, it's actually the edge of the wood or vice versa. Like so. Once it's all marked out in CAD, there's less chance to just make a silly error, I feel like. Guess I'll just try to center those kinda, so 1 inch and then 1 and 1 5/8. Just noticing this trim board I bought has these ribs in the back, and they're at preset like number dimensions. Like this was right at 1 and that is 1 at 5/8. That must mean something to someone, but I'm not a carpenter. Kind of cool let's cast into that though. Any reveal on the back? Oh, nice. I could have went a little bit longer screw. I could have drafted the taper in this, or whatever that's called, the countersink. I should have drafted that a little bit deeper in these models, but that's fine. Hats go over them. If I was to ever redo this, I would definitely do all my markings on the front, because if you don't hold the drill level, your hole doesn't come out where you drilled. So now all the backs are slightly off. Not a problem, but that's something I would do to improve the process. All right, just got to get 7 more put on. And good. That actually is starting to look, that's starting to take shape. That looks pretty good. Happy with how that turned out. Let's get that hung up on the wall. See how it looks. My favorite way to find a stud is you can usually just like kind of catch the glare and find a stacked over nail hole, which looks like there's one right there. And then knock test, I'm pretty sure there's a stud right there. And then I could measure this, but I'm lazy and it's above a closet, so I don't care. So I kind of eyeballed it above the closet. Stud, got a drill right here. Alright, the hat rack is up. I'm happy with how that came out. Definitely better than hats falling on the ground or hanging them on the door. So I'd say that's a success.